Hello? Yeah. Okay, all right, good. My name is Umutcan Simsek. I'm a researcher at STI Innsbruck. As you already listened to talk from my colleague Elias Kelle before lunch. Today I also like to talk about our efforts to prepare the semantic touristic destinations for the headless web. Well, if I don't get an epilepsy seizure here, then it's really... Okay, so if you were already here before lunch, you already got some introduction. Should I go? Okay. If you're already here before lunch, you already heard some introduction about headless web from my colleague Elias, and of course I will also give some short introduction here. Then I will show you how a touristic destination looks in the headless web we are talking about. And of course we will come to our solution to enable touristic destinations to be visible on the headless web with the help of semantic technologies, and then summarize annotation projects we already completed so far, and ongoing ones and the future ones also. Maybe I just talk. So we all talked about the headless web. We said the graphical design of a web page is losing its importance, because now web is becoming, after 25 years, primarily for machines, not for humans, of course. And how do we enable the existing web to suitable for this new web that is more targeted to the machines, that the path goes towards this direction is to providing high-quality semantic annotated structured data, which ensures the visibility of touristic service providers on the web. How do we achieve this? We use schema.org, set of vocabularies to describe things on the web, which is supported by the 4 big search engines and also supported by a big community. And we embed the annotations we create, the structured data, in the following formats: macrodata, RDFA, or JSON-LD, which means the created structured content resides exactly the page that the content resides. Let's consider this region. Let's say this is Meyerhofen here. There are many things in Meyerhofen that can be described on the web, right? We already have many web pages that talks about many services. For example, here we have a taxi service. We annotate our taxi service with schema.org and embed the content in the page where the content of taxi service resides. We have a hotel room as well, an event that is happening in Meyerhofen, let's say. So what happens to these annotations after we put them in our web page? Search engines like Google collects this information, extracts this content directly from the page, which makes the concept of browsing in a sense obsolete. We already have a lot of information without going to the web page itself. Here you can see the rating of the Hotel Jägerhof from Meyerhofen web page directly. Another result of the usage of annotations in the search engines, which another project we conducted with the cooperation with ÖHV and some hotels throughout overall Austria. The rich cards can be also presented in the mobile representation based on the structured data that is embedded in the web page. Again, another very popular one is the events. You have the event box on the top. And also, if you search for an event, you also see some relevant information about the event directly on the Google search results, like the date of the event. Of course, the search engine is not the only channel that make use of the semantic annotations we make. We have the intelligent personal assistants. Already, they collect information from your emails, for example. Google does that, Cortana, about your flight information, bus information, reservations you make, places. We have multiple social media channels that we can facilitate also semantically described structured data to allow efficient, effective multi-channel posting and reposting of the external content. To Instagram, we have WhatsApp. You will also see you also, I think, seen yesterday, the chatbot Miley is also powered by semantic annotations we created for Meyerhofen. Intelligent personal assistants like Echo, Cortana, Google Now, Siri, and Google Home. So we talked about these 4 channels, 4 pillars of the headless web. We said semantic search engine optimization, that the search engines make use of the semantic annotations we make. We have the multi-channel social media, chatbots, and intelligent personal assistant. And all these pillars rise on the semantic infrastructure we are creating. Of course, these are all good things that we say, we are ready for headless web, we're going to be ready for headless web, chatbots will use our data. But then the question comes, how do I put these annotations in my web page? How do I create these annotations? How do I know which type of schema.org I will use for a service? We are on that too. We are implementing now annotation tools that will allow both web agencies and the touristic service providers to create their annotations in a relatively easier way and then also embed in their web pages to make it ready to use for this challenge we described. Today I will focus on 2 steps of this annotation creation. One is the editors we created for people who want to create annotations based on a specific domain, so you don't need to think about which properties you need to select or fill. We already defined this with a domain expert. And then the second one is also automatic creation of the annotations based on external sources like Ferratel or Discover or Infomax, etc., which also allows us to make effective creation and publication of annotations from these dynamic sources. The first example is the editor, which looks like this. You just like filling a form, and then you obtain the JSON-LD format annotation ready to be embedded in your web page. Another tool we're creating is these wrappers for these external sources. We basically map the data that is already in Ferratel or other destination management organizations, destination management systems, and map it to the schema.org concepts to again produce JSON-LD files that is ready to embed it automatically in the relevant web page. Of course, we had this idea, we have all these tools. What do we do with them? Let's make a holistic platform that contains all these tools and make it also a little bit easy to use for users. We created Semantify It. Also, my colleague Elias, before lunch, mentioned briefly. Right now, we are in the open beta period, so if you'd like to try, please visit the webpage Semantify It, and you can also email us if you need any instructions, further instructions for it, and give it a try. We have right now the editors to allow us to create our annotations. We are currently in the process of implementing the annotation plugins for external sources like Ferratel, Infomax, etc. So you can also activate directly from this platform and embed the annotations automatically to your CMS. You can also upload the annotations if you have the technical knowledge before or you had some prepared annotations in advance. You can also upload these annotations to Semantify and again publish to your CMS. To facilitate the publishing process, we also created extensions for Typo3 and WordPress, which allows very, again, easy to use interface to publish the annotations that is hosted in the Semantify platform. And also, we are in the process of creating the validation interface that actually validates the annotations you created, whether they are correct or not in terms of the domain you are working on, for example, tourism. So what is next? Again, as my colleague described in the talk before lunch, we have this automatic direct booking vision that bookings will happen throughout the, for example, destination management organizations without heavy API integrations, and also the many heterogeneous agents, like intelligent personal agents, chatbots, will be able to use this information. I seen a tweet yesterday. You all, everyone was raising hands. We want a touristic knowledge graph Tyrol. It's coming. We are also on it now. And also, we had many annotation projects already completed with several hotels all around Austria, with DMOs like Aachensee, Fügen, Meyerhofen, and Seefeld. Also now, we're doing a project with Trollwerbung, Wahlhaus software, and others, Skischule already completed. There is a new project we're kicking off next week with General Solutions and Trollwerbung about the geodata, annotation of geodata in Tyrol. There is an upcoming European funding call, which is about the annotation of geodata in the Alpine space of Europe. And in progress, we have many other services and domains we like to semantify in the future. As our motto is this, Tyrol is getting ready for the headless web, and one region at a time, and we are very happy to be part of this contribution and the process. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. How long does it take to get Semantify it up and running in a destination?
So it's already, I mean, the installation of extensions and the annotation of course, it depends on how fast you create the annotations. But the installation of extension is very easy, maybe 5 minutes. If you go to the extension store of Typo3 and WordPress, you can already find the Semantify it extension. I would say it would take half an hour, maybe, if you already have the annotations ready. Of course, the creation of the annotations would take more time.
Okay, half an hour should be in time. Thank you very much.